Electric vehicle owners left stranded in the cold, and Hertz dumping 20,000 EVs for gas vehicles. Hi, it's Edward, back with another video. Please take a moment to click the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing to the channel. Please also share this video with your friends. Thank you for your support. Today, I read several financial news articles. I've included links to the articles in the description below. I encourage you to read the articles to support the authors and news sources. As a private American citizen, I'd like to report and share my transformative thoughts through commentary regarding small sections of these articles that are of public interest. People who paid a lot of money for an electric vehicle may be hating life right now if they live in an area experiencing extreme cold. I read an article today on foxbusiness.com written by Louis Cassiano titled, "Chicago Area Tesla Charging Stations Lined with Dead Cars in Freezing Cold. A bunch of dead robots out here." According to the author, desperate Tesla owners in and around Chicago were seen trying to charge their vehicles with no luck amid frigid temperatures that have gripped the Midwest. Charging stations have essentially turned into car graveyards in recent days as temperatures have dropped to the negative double digits. The author went on to reference a person named Tyler Beard who was trying to charge his Tesla at a Tesla supercharging station on Sunday in Illinois. He said nothing, no juice, still on 0%. And this is like 3 hours being out here after being out here 3 hours yesterday. Well, my friends, my heart goes out to this individual and all of the others who have vehicles that are not accepting a charge due to these extreme temperatures. I have no doubt these people have places to go and business to conduct, yet their expensive electric vehicles are not operational. A friend of mine has a Honda Clarity plug-in car, and he told me the cold temperatures have resulted in him having to drive that car using the gas engine only because the battery drains so quickly in the extreme cold temperature. If you do a quick search online, you'll find that you are not supposed to charge a lithium-ion battery in temperatures below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. According to some experts, it can even cause sudden, severe, and permanent damage. The author of this article referenced Mark Billick of the Chicago Auto Trade Association, who said, "It's not plug and go. You have to precondition the battery, meaning that you have to get the battery up to the optimal temperature to accept a fast charge." Here are my thoughts about this. Electric vehicles are not for everyone. There are some people who love them, and there are some people who want nothing to do with them for a variety of reasons, such as range limitations, charging time, low levels of electromagnetic radiation, and the high cost to replace batteries. Understand, I'm not an electric vehicle hater. I just don't think they are for everyone. If you gave me a Tesla Model Plaid, I'd have a lot of fun driving it once in a while. I'd still prefer to drive a car with an internal combustion engine day to day. One thing that concerns me about this big push toward electric vehicles is the fact that last year, Biden's energy secretary said she wants to convert all military vehicles to electric by the year 2030. I know we have been fighting wars in the desert in recent decades, but what happens if we ever get involved in a war in a country that has an extremely cold climate? They better rethink this plan, in my opinion. I've read that many modern military vehicles are designed to be resistant to an electromagnetic pulse weapon to a certain extent. If the government converts military vehicles to all electric, will this still be the case? I think the government and automakers are moving a bit too fast with all of their plans for electric vehicles. I'm not saying there aren't benefits to electric vehicles, because there are. However, there are a lot of limitations as well. What do you think about all of these electric vehicle owners who are stranded in Chicago due to extremely cold temperatures? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I read another article today about electric vehicles. This one was on Yahoo Finance, put out by Reuters, and written by Akash Sriram and Nathan Gomes, titled, "Analysis: Hertz's EV Sale to Fan Cost Concerns, Dampen Used Car Market." According to the author, electric vehicles were already considered expensive and hard to repair. Now their image could take another hit as rental giant Hertz dumps 20,000 of them, including Teslas, for gas-powered cars. The author goes on to reference Carrie Brower, an analyst at iccars.com, who said, "Mainstream consumers are already hesitant to buy an EV, and this news only supports their concerns." Well, my friends, Hertz participated in this grand experiment and decided to exit stage right. To me, it is so interesting that Hertz tried electric vehicles and then decided to dump 20,000 of them. If they think EVs are too expensive to repair, do you think it is a good idea to tread in these waters? This is contrary to what many people say about electric vehicles. Many people compare electric vehicles to cell phones. You don't have to take your cell phone in for an oil change. You don't need to have a mechanic tune up your cell phone. Occasionally, you might have to repair it after an accident if the glass gets broken, but that's about it. People say electric vehicles are just like a cell phone. You rarely have to fix them. I think a big difference is cars are exposed to the elements outside. They also impact potholes, curbs, speed bumps, and occasionally get involved with collisions. Colliding with another vehicle, tree, or building at high speeds is a little different than dropping your cell phone on the ground, especially if it is in a rubber and plastic case. I'm sure some people will argue that their electric vehicle is just as reliable as a cell phone, and maybe that is true for some people who have had good luck so far with their electric vehicle. Those may be isolated instances, though. The fact that Hertz has experimented with 20,000 electric vehicles and deemed them to be too expensive seems contrary to the narrative that has been pushed relating to electric vehicles. The author of this article referenced the Hertz CEO, Stefan Schur, as saying there were elevated costs caused by damages to certain EVs, particularly Teslas. The author of this article also referenced a survey conducted last year by Consumer Reports that revealed EVs from the past 3 years had 79% more problems than conventional cars. The sample size was approximately 330,000. What do you think about the fact that Hertz is dumping 20,000 electric vehicles? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Today, I read an article on Newsweek.com written by Giulia Carbonaro titled, "Americans Can No Longer Afford Their Cars." According to the author, new car prices have risen by 30% since 2020, as per data shared by AI car shopping app Copilot. Used car prices have jumped by 38% during that same time frame. Just 10% of new car listings are currently priced below $30,000, according to Copilot. Things are not much better in the used car market, where only 28% of listings are currently priced below $20,000. I can personally tell you it is rough out there if you are looking for a car. As many of you know, I have a 2004 Toyota Camry with nearly 400,000 miles on it. It currently has 395,000 miles on the odometer. Hitting 400,000 miles has always been my goal. I really do think I may consider replacing it after it hits 400,000 miles. I may sell it on Craigslist for around $2,000 to someone who is looking for inexpensive transportation. I went and looked at some used vehicles recently, and there is a lot of overpriced junk out there. Many people don't take care of their cars. Even though my car has 395,000 miles on it, I've had WeatherTech floor liners protecting the carpet since the first week I bought it. I bought the floor liners to protect the carpet and keep it pristine. There are no stains on the upholstery, there is no damage to the dashboard or armrest. Everything on the interior looks great. The same can't be said for some of these used cars that dealerships are charging crazy amounts of money for. Many of these car dealerships allow you to run the Carfax report for free on their websites. Based on the Carfax reports that I reviewed, very few people take their cars in for routine service. After looking at the used cars that these dealerships are selling for far too much money, I decided to check out some new vehicles online. I went on cars.com and found several new cars for sale that I liked. It appeared as though those cars were available. I called several dealerships and they said the cars were sold already, or I was told the car was reserved for someone who had been on a wait list. But these dealerships were more than happy to help me find a different car. I almost felt like it was a bait and switch. I feel like cars.com needs to have a system similar to Zillow or Realtor.com, where they change the status of the vehicles to pending or sold. I've been thinking about just getting another Toyota Camry with the 4-cylinder engine since I've had such good luck with mine. I'll tell you something that is crazy. The junk fees that dealerships charge are outrageous. The dock fees varied between $200 to $400 depending on the dealership that I talked to. Not only are new and used cars expensive, you have to pay these crazy dock fees. I'm sure these junk fees help to cover the fuel cost for the private jet that the dealership owner has. Getting back to the article, I'm going to share with you the most interesting part that I read. The author said, according to an October report by MarketWatch, Americans needed an annual income of at least $100,000 to afford a car, at least if they're following standard budgeting advice, which says you shouldn't spend more than 10% of your monthly income on car-related expenses. That means that more than 60% of American households currently cannot afford to buy a new car based on census data. For individuals, the numbers are even worse, with 82% of people below the $100,000 line. Well, my friends, I hate to break it to you, but many Americans don't follow that budgeting advice. Many overspend on a vehicle for a variety of reasons. Some parents want to buy an expensive new minivan or SUV because they want all the latest safety features to keep their kids safe. Some people buy a luxury vehicle because they want a certain image. Some guys go out and buy the biggest and baddest truck on the market because they want to own one that can pull more than the trucks that their friends have. There are a variety of reasons why people go into massive amounts of debt for new vehicles. For some, the vehicle payment really controls their life. After the new car smell wears off, the payment remains. This can become quite the burden for some families. This can also limit the type of house someone can buy down the road. When you get pre-approved for a mortgage, the loan originator is going to examine your monthly expenses, including your car payment. This could really reduce how much of a house payment you can afford. Unfortunately, many people don't give this a lot of consideration. Here's something that I read which I found to be very interesting. According to Joseph Yoon from Edmunds, the average transaction price for a new vehicle in November of 2023 was $47,939. I would never pay that much for a new vehicle. I cringe thinking about paying $29,000 for a new Toyota Camry LE. I looked at a brand new Toyota Camry LE with steel wheels and hubcaps, with a 4-cylinder engine, cloth interior, and a cold weather package that included heated seats and a heated steering wheel. You might ask why I would want steel wheels and hubcaps. Aluminum wheels lose air pressure when it gets cold outside, and steel wheels don't have that same kind of problem. It is also cheaper to replace steel wheels, and I don't have to worry about curb damage to aluminum wheels. Hubcaps are cheap to replace. I really don't care about having ugly hubcaps. I'm more interested in practicality. What do you think about the new and used car market these days? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.